Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Sara Conte from Department of Design of Politecnico di Milano, and today with Michela Rossi present a research that starts from a reflection made by Italo Calvino in 1977 on the future and the potential of machine. Calvino questions the future limits of machine and the possible limits of machine after they are, for example, able to read, understand, and synthesize a text. What is expressed in Calvino's word is today artificial intelligence, a machine learning system which is developed with an initial phase of data collection, such as word images, which are interpreted by the machine using the learned behaviors with the aim of recognizing reiterated pattern in real time. In the field of text-to-image AI generators, these language models receive as input textual elements and generate image as output, proving reliable only after a long initial training. Our research question was how can AI, which is able to select data and information from text and interpret them by returning an image, reproduce Invisible City of Italo Calvino. The first step, obviously, was to reread the Calvino text and analyze the structure of the book from the point of view of narrative construction. Invisible City is a novel written in 1972, structured as a collection of short stories framed by the dialogue between Marco Polo and Kublai Khan. In the text are described 55 cities visited by Marco Polo during his journey. And these cities are grouped into 11 teams, and these teams are based on similar physical and conceptual attributes. The cities are not presented with a linear development from a beginning to an end. But the novel is structured according to a combinatorial logic with a series of building blocks that can be read freely. The city are described through physical and architectural features, as well as distinctive qualities and abstract concepts that lead to reflect on the physical and the social realities of these contemporary cities and their possible future transformation. The cities of the book presented in the book are a transfiguration of a real city seen or visited or inhabited by the author and recomposed in the text with different elements present in every one memory or references. The city are not a geographical space, but a mental spaces. They cannot be seen, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. And the city can be constructed by everyone through the accompanying test. In this slide, you can see some example of city. From this point of view, the descriptive test became a data to analyze, separate, and translate into image that can closely express the cities imagined by Calvino, introducing a reflection on how these data are correctly interpreted by the generator. different text-to-image generators were tested, but given the complexity of the text and their length, ChatGPT was the most coherent in order to respond to complex situations due to generators' ability to analyze and synthesize the text. The use of the literary text as a prompt for image generation revealed very many difficulties, given in particular by the complexity of the linguistic construction of sentences, the lack of physical description in some cases, and the adversarial nature of some description in the same text. During the trial, were used as a prompt for each city, the full text in English, in officially translated version, and the original Italian text. Then the disturbing element within the description, such as proper names or rhetorical figure like metaphors and so on, have been removed. And finally, the generator was asked to simplify the text to make it easier for an artificial intelligence to understand. This is the first example. It's an example of the city of Zaira. And we see that using the prompt in English, the full prompt in English, the generator has underlined the two metaphors, the city as a sponge and the past of the city is contained in the lines of the end. And it used them to create an image without considering the physical features present in the text. While eliminating metaphors, the generated use physical features such as porch with arches, lamppost, trees and festons to represent the city and its surrounding. A better image is the result of the prompt synthesized by AI for AI, where many of the physical features listed by generator in the summit are present. They are made of steps, arch of porches, roofs covered with metal, and so on. The frame old man sitting on the docks, and so on. This image is realized using the full text in original language as a prompt. The generator in this case doesn't detect metaphors, but it uses the description of the physical feature of the city present in the text to represent it. And these elements increase by removing totally from the original text the metaphors from the prompt, as you can see in this image. The last image fully reflects the prompt generated by AI, highlighting the streets made of stairs, porches and zinc rooftop and festons and trees and so on. The trial with the Calvino's text shows the ability of generators to understand even complex text with metaphors and rhetorical figures, and abstract concept, not just a simplified prompt. In the end, at the same time, the trial highlights the process used for image construction that combines known visual fragments to create a new composition, as it's evident in this last image with the comparison between the city of Zaira, the last composition made by generator from the city of Zaira, and Concavo and Convesso, designed by Escher. Thanks for your attention.